The boy had nightmares all night after being scared by Bill yesterday. His protective mother complained about Bill in anger. To save his first job, Bill gathered courage and knocked on the boy's door again. This time, he didn't show his face, but used a popular toy and funny voices to make the boy laugh with delight. Seeing her son's rare smile, the mother forgave Bill. The crisis was easily resolved with sincerity and humor, but bigger trouble awaited after work. His mother, who usually waited by the roadside, was nowhere to be found. He returned home to find it empty, and neighbors didn't know where she'd gone. Bill had to call the police, but before he hung up, officers brought his mother home. She explained she'd just gone to Washington Street to buy shoes. She changed the subject, saying she'd made lamb chops for dinner, but pulled out chicken legs to defrost instead. When Bill asked why she didn't call home when lost, she said she'd forgotten the number. He realized his mother had Alzheimer's. Yesterday's smiling flower was withering in today's wind. From now on, he'd carry life's burden alone, no longer a carefree child. Years later, as his mother's condition worsened, she was moved to a nursing home. Without her care, Bill struggled with basic daily tasks. His untied shoes often fell off on the street. Fortunately, Bill had made kind-hearted friends over the years. A caring bus driver would wait for him, young colleagues helped with his tie, and a thoughtful janitor tied his shoes. Everyone has an antenna in their heart. As long as it receives signals of beauty and kindness, it can face life's challenges fearlessly. These ordinary yet beautiful days passed year after year. His unchanging life remained smooth. His demented mother stayed demented. Arguing neighbors kept arguing, and the impatient drunk still slammed doors in his face. Bill's wall of pride remained high. One rainy night, a neighbor offered him a ride, but he stubbornly walked in the opposite direction. After the car left, he dragged his hunched body to visit his mother. But when he excitedly opened the door, he found an uncared-for, paralyzed man collapsed on the floor. He couldn't let his mother live in such conditions. He hired a cheap caregiver, who promised no accidents would happen. But when Bill returned from work that evening, the house was empty and full of smoke. The paid caregiver had vanished, and his mother was on the floor photographing ants with a camera. Seeing how unreliable home care was, he moved his mother to a better nursing home. To make the room feel less strange and lonely, he decorated it like their home. But his mother said,
"I'm a burden on you."
Well, now we're even.
A better nursing home meant heavier bills, requiring Bill to work even harder. Fortunately, years of hustling had built his network and sales skills. The elderly woman who gave him his first order continued supporting his business over the years. For 8 years, Bill never stopped hustling for life, but his ordinary steps couldn't outpace his mother's deteriorating condition. She was declining physically and often mistook Bill for her deceased husband. To slow his mother's heart failure, Bill scheduled cardiac catheterization surgery. With limited funds, he could only pay in installments. The financial advisor suggested applying for disability benefits to cover costs, but this well-meaning suggestion struck his pride's nerve.